Friday. It is March 26th, 5:10 p.m., a little bit later than I had intended, but some Fridays are crazier than others. So today I want to dive into a tool for testing command line apps. It's called Commander, and I don't know anything about it. No, that's not entirely true. But I haven't even installed it on my machine yet. I gave it a preliminary look. It looks really useful for testing CLI apps. And I've written a bunch of CLI apps with command box, and I'm just generally interested and enjoy writing them. But I haven't put together any tests for them, and that would be beneficial. Looked like a good place to start. So I'm literally starting from zero here. I'm going to install it, try to get it working with one of my command box CLI tools, and see if I can put together some tests and if that's helpful. So without further banter, since I am behind the 8-ball today already, let's get it installed and start working on this. All right, so we are Linux and OS X. Come on, let us know. Why are we not? Move it there for me. It's not. Gonna have to put together a pull request for that. Header. Right, so it's gonna download it. Let's see what this does. Let's hop over to iTerm. Where is that gonna? Is it just gonna stick the binary in this directory? It did. All right, so I'm gonna move that over to my path. All right, and once I drop it in my path, once I find it over here, Matthew projects, Commander, local, bin, drop it in. Nice. Okay. A note about Commander, at least the name. There are a lot of command line tools named Commander, so don't get this one confused with the others that are out there. Hopping back to the docs, we've got it installed and we have a quick start here. The Commander test suite consists of a config and tests root element. Okay, so it's a YAML file like everything. And the tests, okay, so there's a config node and a tests node. All right, so we will do the quick start here just to get a feel for it, and then we'll start working on it in an actual project here. Hopping back to iTerm. Oh, I didn't pull it out of there. Okay. What is the? There was a ZSH shortcut that I used. Not remembering what it is. Okay. Make directory. Commander test. CD. Commander test. Run. All right. So add standard out. File temp commander YAML echo hello. Right, that's not helpful. Need commander at the start. Commander add. Commander not found. I thought I just. Okay. Problems. Why do we have problems here? We found that in. Didn't it move it over? Let's check this out again. Maybe I made a mistake, as I do from time to time. All the time. No, it is there. It's here. Oh, is my Mac being weird and not letting me run it? Why is it not? I feel like this is probably my Mac being weird and not letting me run it. Well, you know what? I can just move it. Well, I want to have it installed globally. All right, let's go to our settings. Sorry that you can't see this. I just want to see if my Mac was being weird about. There you go. Now you can see it. I'm gonna move that over. Security settings. And there's no notes about it there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start this over, and we're gonna install it in this directory. And then I'm going to try to run it here. Exec format error // /commander /commander add. Weird. Okay, well, rough start. Why is it not letting me execute it? Let's hop back to the project here. Jumped a little too quickly. I added. Yeah, well, what happens if commander version doesn't actually run? Start a new profile here. Have it reload everything. Commander -- version. Not found. But I know it's in my user local bin. And it found it when I ran which commander, and it knows that it's there. User local bin commander version. No. All right, rough start for this. I do have Go installed. All right, release. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this from the actual release here. So we're Darwin, right? We're Darwin. Give this a shot. Downloaded. All right, downloads. That's not what I wanted, I don't think. I don't think I want the 386. Sorry, this is just me with lots of errors here. Those aren't actually ready to be used. This is boring. You know what? Rather than sorting everything out here, we'll hop back. We'll try this. Let's give that a shot. See if that gets us one that's working, just so that we can actually start using it, and then I can go back after the fact and sort out why it didn't install. Oh, so great. We got we got errors here too. Is and unwrap. The commander's here. Exact format error. What is that? All right. Exact format error. I mean, that's not helpful. All right, let's check the issues. Documented install command failed with Go 116. When attempting to install Commander using GoGet outside the Commander project directory, it fails. running the Go get within complete successfully. I'm actually not even sure which version of Go I have installed. Better parse it. So this is all from June. Expose health check, create shell, print logs if they fail. Oh, come on. I didn't think I was going to be wrestling with installing it the whole time. All right. Back to the open issues. Docker version, install commands with Go 16. Code. All right, installation. Gonna work our way through this again. Go get didn't work. This works on any OS as long as Go is installed. If Go is not installed, use one of the methods below. We tried this, and it didn't work. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I need to update the. That's probably what's going on here. The path for my system, I think what I downloaded from that endpoint is not what I wanted. All right. Maybe I should have read them. Okay, so let's look at this. I think that's what I want. Go back. So we're gonna curl it and dash O commander. So iterm curl. Oops. Oh, we don't need that tab open. And dash L. Okay. Curl dash L. And then dash O commander. All right. Dash O commander. And then we're going to, I never remember this. Actually, I probably need to, did that just download that and overwrite what I had? Hopefully. Yes. Okay. So, nothing wrong with the project, just a problem with me. I downloaded it for the, go back to my initial, they're not even in this tab. My initial attempts to download it were for the Linux binary, which would explain why it wasn't working on my machine. And that took 12 minutes for me to sort out. But you know what? Such is trial and error. All right, so I got it again. Now I'm going to stick it into user local bin again. And if I do commander dash version here, we got it. All right, step 1. It's installed. And we're going to just remove that from right here because I don't need it there. And we're good. Okay. Step 1 completed. The pre-quick start step. All right, so we're going to run through adding this basic test just to see how this works. So we're going to run, I don't know, am I zoomed in enough here? I'm not really sure. Let's just look. That's not what I need to do. Well, I'll get out of this in a second. Commander, add standard add template. Okay, open this up in code where we can make things bigger. Oh, it put those tests in my actual temp directory? It probably did. Hopping back to iterm. Written to temp commander YAML. Okay, so it wrote, that's not where I wanted those to write. Let's do this. I'll have to remove those later. I think that's probably more what I wanted. Oh, then it tried to open it. Didn't / wouldn't that be in my current directory? Ugh. Showing my ignorance. I thought that would have done it relative to where we currently are. Interesting. Interesting. So if let's just look at the examples here. If I want it to be in my own current directory, Looks like they're big on using the temp directory, which just isn't what I would have expected. Rather than sorting out that, okay, this is what I assume. Let's just Control C. We are gonna open /temp/ Commander YAML. Okay, so that is what it did. This is the test that Commander runs. It runs, I believe it runs the command here, and then what it expects is down here. That's kind of my understanding of how it works. So, you know what? Enough like playing around with the quick start. Let me just try to get one. Let me try to get this actually up and running in a project, and then we'll see what mistakes I make during that. So, the project. I've got, this is the one that made me want to add testing. This is the command box CFC to Markdown docs project. So I will add a directory for, not underneath commands, in the root, I'll add a directory for tests, and then in tests I think its default file, if I saw that correctly down here, is a commander YAML file. So we'll make this in our tests directory, add commander YAML, and then we will look at some of the example. Okay, so this is probably, can I grab this whole, did they give me the shortcut? No. All right, tests config. Interesting. I mean, there's a lot of configurability here. I'm gonna go with this as my starting point. I just want to see if I can get this command to run a test. All right, tests. We're not gonna do this one. Just to make sure that it works. It should run command box, and then we will run, I don't know, what are we going to run? Box version. Let's see what we get back from that. It would be, I wonder if there's a pre-test thing that I can run, like if I can get command box up and running and available, because otherwise these tests are going to take a while to run. All right, so it should run command box. It's going to run box version. We are not going to skip it. And we should get back the version of command box that I have. All right, so if I hop down into the terminal here, make it big, cd into tests, and what, just run commander. Right, how do I run it? I run just the quick start, commander test. All right, commander test. It should run Okay, it should run command box. Result, it should run command box on property SDI. I expanded it to contain. It feels like it didn't. It feels like it didn't run it. Command box version. Like, did it actually run the command? Let's look at our config. Timeout. All right, so we're going to add a config here. And I don't think, yeah. Although, it's actually, what I probably should do here, and this might make things run, I don't know if they'd run faster. Allegedly you can do this within Docker, so I could run this within the command box Docker image, which might speed things up, or maybe not. All right, config. I don't think we need that to be in temp. We don't need any environment variables, but we will give it a long timeout, and we're not going to define any nodes because we're just going to run this all locally right now. So in my mind, that should run box version, and it should give me the version. If I run commander test, results, it should run command box on property standard out, expected to contain. Yeah, but did it actually? I just have a hard time believing that it properly ran my command, because obviously you saw when I ran it myself locally, that command takes a while to execute. All right. Commander CLI testing app, test the test suite, add help. All right. Tester defined in the test root element. Every test consists of a command and an expected result. The same command is listed multiple times. It is useful to set the title of the test manually and use the command property. So name, command, exit code. All right, so I think that's what we did. I think we added we have a specific command. Command is a string containing command to be tested. Further, the command property is automatically parsed from key. If no command property is given, name command type string default can't be empty. Notes will be tested from key. All right. This all makes sense, except I'm not sure why my box command isn't actually being run. Standard out, allow make the assertions on the output of the command. Let's add, we have the exit code we can wait for, right? Let's just say exit code 0. What does it think? What does it think the exit code of that command is? Is it? Commander test, starting file, commander YAML, local, it should run. Command box retries to. Got. I have a hard time parsing this. Okay, if the test suite's failed, use verbose for more details. --ver. And actually, I don't want it to run. Oh, that's the wrong file. Let's just close that out so it doesn't confuse me anymore. Let's have this not retry twice. All right. So we're running it with verbose one time. Okay. Usage dir name path could not find or load main class CLI loader. This feels like a problem with Commander and not with my test, which is pretty straightforward. Okay. So let's rather than let's grab one of the examples from here. Let's just do a very basic. Actually, but I want to do it this way. No, I want to do it this way. It should print hello world. Let's start with a super basic test before we even try command box. Under the tests node, it should print hello world. And that broke. Okay, cool. So the problem is something else. Having a hard time parsing. So okay, I wonder what's this like. I gotta just make sure that this is classic. Make sure like prettier formatting this isn't breaking it, because sometimes that can happen. Oh, these are supposed to be, right? Those are supposed to be double indented there, I believe. Yes. So actually that could have been it. Good old YAML mistakes. Let's clear this out, run it again, and it worked. Okay, so that's step one. Let's roll this back to, let's keep that there as just a base example. It should run command box. Command box version. Exit code 0. Let's try this. Okay, so we're having a hard time. I guess it got -1 and it expected 0. Actually, did it get like this whole thing here? I'm wondering. Okay, so this could be an issue with how command box. Let's just. I'm gonna open up a separate thing here. I'm wondering if this is just an issue with how command box interacts with the terminal. Upgrade. I think I've got the latest version. And what if I run, where am I here? I'm in the commander YAML directory here as well. So what if I try to run commander from command box? Exclamation commander test. No, still failed. Let me look at the commander docs on what is returned. Alright, gonna hop over to the commandbox.ordisbooks.com. I think I put 3 O's in books here, which is not a thing. Alright. std out. I'm wondering if this has to do with command box's ability to pretty print, and if there's a way I can tell it not to. So config settings, clear config, module proxy endpoint server miscellaneous, tag version, tag prefix, artifacts, preferred browser, tab completion, inline. None of those. Usage, interactive shell features, not what I'm looking for. That's not ASCII. ANSI? What are they? Okay. ANSI formatter, print helper. I thought there was a way to remove the that's not it. To remove the pretty text. And I'm gonna have to search. I'm gonna have to track this down. This looks all the same. Okay. Command box at Atlassian. It's gonna. There was a bug. Oh, actually, psychic. Was that second result what I was looking for? That was actually not the one I'm looking for. But I can search and zoom in so that this isn't like completely illegible to you. ANSI. Move ANSI format. So this is, this is resolved. Runwars, console, logger, log4j applies ANSI formatting, but in cases people. All right. So this is from the server starting. Okay. All the trace and runwar is plain and white. It's about colors. It's March, April, August 31st. Okay. Runwars console logger. So this seems like this one was for the server. Remove that ANSI formatting from runwar and modify the server start server log to add it back in as necessary based on the line prefix. Let's just see what else we have in here for ANSI. Add an option. Yes, this is okay. So this says it's resolved. Resolved in 5.2. Do we have an option though, or is it just that it was moved? Let's open up this ticket a little bigger. All right. I'd like the option to get console output without ANSI codes. Alright, this is well, maybe not exactly a duplicate. Fixed in 5.2. Alright, little confused here. Those aren't helpful, and I'm not seeing a way in command box. Alright, I don't need to be in there, I need to be in code. I wanted to see the failed. I want to see commander's docs for failed tests. Standard out contains, these are all the various options. Very cool, lots of control, not contained, X amount. Standard error, skip config. All right. There is a string which is the current working directory. env is a mashup inherit env interval retries timeout nodes, the places in which it can be executed. Limitations, inherit env, docker, blah 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 blah. I'm not sure. It's supposed to give me the errors to the test. I don't know if there's any, if the docs kind of, let's look at development down here. All right. Development documentation, directory over, package over, build target to unit tests, extending, and then writing integration tests. All right. That's not what I need. Running into brick walls. All right, I'm gonna run it again, verbose, and we'll close this tab. Did it actually? Oops. Oh, closed the wrong tab. All right, we'll quit. We will quit command box, and we are gonna run commander test verbose. So command box version in the current directory, no envs, exit code 1. I mean the way that I'm, all right, let's just change this. Exit code 1. All right, that worked. But why would the so let's. What's that? Is that? I mean, that's not what I need. Because it's saying that command box is failing to run. I think that's what that's saying. So test passes, but if I modified this to have anything, that is going to fail. Because it's not actually, okay, so this is the problem. Could not find or load main class CLI loader. All right, where is that? I'm not sure if this is an error. I mean, this feels like an error with commander, which might just mean that it's not an ideal, not ideal for what I'm doing here. All right, let's just search the wider world. Okay. Is that, oh, is this an error coming when it tries to run? I wonder if this is when, oh, that might be what this is. That when commander tries to run command box, we're getting an error, a CLI loader error from command box. Interesting. Okay. All right, I'm making progress. I think I'm making progress. Okay, where do I want to look to try to sort this out? Probably at the all right, I don't need these docs right now. Although I suppose I could search in here for a CLI loader issue. No. We don't need to look in there. Don't need to look in there. We're going to hop back to the main project and look at how. So I'm not sure how it actually runs the commands that come into it. Commander test. That's the actual testing of it. Commander. Oh, this these. No, okay, here we go. Run. Create CLI app, run args. Create CLI app. Create test command. The long and the short is I might end up using this general structure to run my own commands within command box if I can't get this to work the way that I want. Commander, Linux test, commander test. I would have thought that it would have been in there. Executor. I'm really just poking around here in the dark. Runner, SSH. I mean, I assume it's using Go to run the commands. All right. I mean, I really don't. I don't particularly want to step into a project of writing something myself. Why would it? All right. This is just going to be me puzzling on this for the next 5 minutes, I'm sorry to say. Not where I want to be. It should run usage dir name path. Okay. So this is what I'm getting in standard error. Maybe I need to config. I assumed that the directory it would run in would be. Alright, so we know this exit code is supposed to be 0. Alright, the directory. Config. That's the config struct for everything. I'm not sure. Standard error, skip config dir. Set the working directory for all tests. Well, I want this to be, yeah, the default is the current working directory. That's perfect. That's fine. Okay, so then why dir name path? And this is if it runs box version. I mean, the command's obviously a little slow to run, but it does come back. In standard error, we're getting usage dir name path. I'm like, is this something from command box? If I search like the command box source, will I find where this error is coming from? I don't know. Only one way to find out. All right, GitHub command box dir name path, nothing like that. Dir name path. That's really not what we're looking for. Source bin box.sh. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. We're going really broad here with dir name. Box CLI. Box.sh. Alright. Oh, maybe the box CLI is being confused. Is confused about. I don't know if this is from if this is from where it's built, or this is. I mean, this is old stuff. Latest commit 2014. Let's just search for usage then. Usage equals usage, box, execute, path to script. That's in the CLI. Usage, box, execute, path to script, and then that's a different thing, different usage. Echo, usage, box. So this seems like it is something coming from the box CLI, which is unhappy with how it's being run. Box CLI control. I mean, I'm just like totally speculating here. All right. Usage. Help. Then echo usage skips this prompt. Box CLI start target. No. Dir name 0. Yeah. I'm not convinced that's even like the right rabbit hole that I'm going down there. Well, it is coming up on 6 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna have to call this a wash, basically. I'll need to dig a little bit more. It seems like, if I had to summarize it, that there's an issue with how Commander calls command box, and so it's not running correctly. And I'm not. Well, let's before we wrap this up, let's just see if it's able. Is it able to run itself? Like, how does it handle binaries? Like, it should run commander, and it'll run commander -- version, and standard out should say, what was it? Something like 2.4. I'll try that. So that did not work. Failed to parse standard out or standard error with values 2.4. Recovered panic. That was a not so. Okay, let's run. Maybe this is an issue with those binaries. Okay, commander -- version gives us commander version v 2.4.0. This will be the last thing I do. So we're going to do commander -- version, and this is what we expect in standard out. And if we run it, commander test, we'll get rid of the verbose for now. They both work. If we run it with the verbose, it works. But if so what if this is not an exact match and we run it? Well, that's not right. Unless standard out, it's just checking to make sure that it contains that. Oh, feels like something's cached here because it's not actually looking for it seems like it's not actually looking for what I'm telling it to look for. So it should run commander version. If we change that, is it gonna pick that change up here? Okay, no, it is just looking for v2.4.0, and it's finding it. So this is what was in standard out, and it is finding it. Okay, so you can run it with different binaries. So the issue is somehow how it relates to command box, and when we run it here, we're getting nothing in standard out, and standard error is showing us usage dir name path, which is probably a command box error, and I'm not sure why it would be running into an error with executing command box, but that's something that I'll have to I'll probably bounce that off Brad Wood if I can. It took me a while to be able to parse these results and understand what was going on, but this is what's happening. It's running the command box version, which we know is fine, and standard out has nothing. Standard error is returning usage dir name path, and then it looks like a Java or a start of a Java stack trace, and then the command itself is failing. I understand what's going on. It's not particularly helpful, and I'm kind of out of time, so I'm going to have to wrap this up without being able to use it to test my CLI apps, but, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.